Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Reallize here, and today I'm going to be playing some 20 minutes till dawn. So let's just get right into it. So I'm going to be using the new character Yuki and the new weapon Magic Bow. So for Yuki, her ability is on every 6 shot. She sends out a frost butterfly that will freeze nearby enemies, and it affects enemies that are already frozen, but instead of freezing them again, they will just take damage equal to my bullet damage. For the Magic Bow, it shoots out an arrow, or it shoots out arrows that linger on the ground, and then when you reload, they will return to you and they'll deal damage that pass through. So pretty much they'll just go and then return to you and it'll deal damage. So one important thing is, let's go ahead and go on standard mode. So one important thing is that we are playing on Darkness 9, which is where I'm at in the game right now, and it will reduce the upgrade choices by 1. So typically when we get to level up, we get 5 choices, but this time we will get 4. So far, first impressions of the weapon, I don't know if I'm really gonna like this weapon, but its damage is pretty good. I know I will definitely like this character, because the Frost is a really good ability, and if it's every 6th shot, I can only wonder what the ability would look like on a gun like the SMG that has tons of bullets, where you could easily just spam these butterflies. For a gun like this, it doesn't really work well, just because it takes 2 clips to even send out. So for this one, I think I'm gonna go with bullet damage, because the more I fire and the faster I reload and the more damage I do, the more butterflies I'll be able to get out, at least for fire rate and max ammo, and I guess reload rate as well. That way I could always be shooting, always get these butterflies out. But Frost is definitely one of the best abilities in the game, and if you synergize it correctly, you could really overpower yourself. Another thing I've been meaning to do is a build where I go ahead and go like all fire, because I have experimented with some of these fire builds, and I think that it's one of my favorite ways to play this game. It's really fun, so I'll have to go ahead and make a video on that next with the fire only build. 2 shots at once, minus 10% bullet damage. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Has to do with our weapon. I think I really want to try to overpower this weapon here, just to see what the weapon can do. The character isn't anything too crazy, it's just the butterfly, but for the early game, that is incredible. Take aim, bullet speed, spread, so it'll hit more enemies, but I don't think that really matters because it goes through them anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Divine Blessing. I just get some buffs when my Holy Shield's active. The character's nothing too crazy, but to start off with a Frost Butterfly already, that is incredibly good in the early game, especially when building up with a weapon like this. I could definitely see this being a useful, ability in the early game when you're using a slow starting weapon. That way you could just have protection from the Frost while you build up your strong weapon. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here right now. And I think I'm going to go with haste, because the faster I can move around, the better. Because my weapon does fire pretty slowly and it reloads pretty slowly. So just the quicker and easier I could get out of tight spots will be better. Frost Mage, I think I'm going to go ahead and... Ooh, but the Holy Shield regenerating in 1 minute is also really good. Especially because I only have 3 hearts. Has a 35% chance to inflict freeze. Right now I'm actually going to go with the shield, where it regenerates in 1 minute. That will complement my buffs when my Holy Shield's active very well. And not to mention I already do have Frost. So I'm going to go for, right off the bat, light bullets caught my eye. Fire rate, max ammo, and bullet speed. Just an all-round better upgrade for the weapon, which is what I'm looking for. There we go. We took down those bomb guys. They exploded. We need to get... Oh no, there's my Holy Shield. That's okay. 1 minute. At about 16.5 minutes, we'll get it back. Or maybe even less from ruin upgrades. Okay. There we go, another upgrade. We are going really quickly through this. I think that just building up our weapon is the best way to go. The only reason that I would not want to take aim is because of the spread. But if I can get spread elsewhere, that would be pretty good. But honestly, right now, I think I'm going to go with the max HP. Just because I do think it's dangerous with the 3 HP. We're getting into the territory where just a few mistakes will kill us. So the Holy Shield will definitely help with that as well. It's pretty much an extra life every single minute. But while that minute's going by, we cannot do too much dangerous things. That frost is incredible. That butterfly actually does a lot. As well as that pass-through. It comes back and then it does a lot of damage, especially if it's in crowds. Oh, there's our first boss over there. There we go. That's a lot of damage, actually. Oh my goodness, that's a tons of damage. Okay. I underestimated this weapon quite a bit. And this butterfly, too, that's very, very useful. It's just freezing all the enemies around here. It's giving me time to get my weapon shots off. Max ammo would be good, because the more ammo and the faster fire rate, the more shots we can get off. And every 6 shot, a butterfly comes. So that would be ideal, especially since I don't really have any frost abilities right now, just because I've been trying to upgrade my weapon the best that I can. And if I take a frost upgrade now, that might ruin the flow, especially if you could see how weak my character is looking, kinda. I'm not weak right now, but my weapon is definitely not doing as much damage as I would like it. This one is quite fantastic. These other ones, they're buffs for 15 seconds when you get hit. I don't think taking a buff for 15 seconds when you get hit is worth it. I'm not going for summons, and walk speed is good, but I think split fire is the choice to go with right now, especially with how my bullets will return to me. It will be like having multiple projectiles coming from all directions, going back when I shoot and going in. Frozen enemies take 30% extra damage. That is crazy. That runs so perfectly with this build. I'm sure that each character has a chance to get their own special ability, or if they all have their own abilities. This is an interesting one. We have 2 very good abilities right now. We have a +1 projectile, plus spread, minus 25% bullet damage. It doubles the base projectiles. Or we have power shot. We have bullet damage and knockback. So do we want more shots, or do we want more power? Honestly, I think right now, more shots is the way to go. More shots and knockback. And then once we get there, the power will definitely be useful. Okay. I'm going to go with quick hands right off the bat. More fire rate, faster reload. That's exactly what I'm looking for in this build. About 30 seconds here, we're going to have a boss. I actually forgot what it is. I haven't played this game for like 2 weeks, and then the character was announced about a week or 2 ago, I believe. About a couple days after I made my last video on 20 minutes till dawn. There it is. Oh, it's this dude. I thought this dude was later. I hate this dude. Power shot could not have come at a better time. More knockback and power. Not only is that extremely useful for when shooting, but the nature of this gun returns the bullets to us, which gives it double the effectiveness pretty much, because essentially every time we shoot... Where did my health go? Oh no. I didn't even notice that I lost some of these hearts. I still thought I was max. What happened to them? But every time we shoot in the crowd, they always return, which will essentially do double damage. We need abilities ASAP. We need to get this Holy Shield back up and some more power quickly. Siege. Shooting has a 33% chance not consuming ammo. I need to be moving, especially in this boss fight. I think I'm going to say Fanfire. I think this will be especially useful with that ability right there. It'll just shoot and then it'll return all the bullets around me. That one's actually pretty crazy. That one goes very, very, very well with my weapon. It's like shooting back into the crowd and then coming back to the weapon. That'll easily be very effective. I have not killed this guy yet, and he left the little circle already. Oh my goodness, the build ends just like that. Okay, we've gotten back to the point where this dude is here. We're at full health again. We have a lot of similar upgrades, except this time I tried focusing more on power. I guess got a little luckier. But the downside is my fire rate and reload rate are still really slow. But I think what I'm really going to need is just some skill and power right now. Let's grab Divine Blessing. That way I get some buffs. Oh, there goes my Holy Shield. I got buffs for my Holy Shield and then immediately lost my Holy Shield. That's fantastic. That's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh no. It's okay, all is not lost. It's just 1 health. This is still totally doable. Okay, maybe we can grab an upgrade here. We got it. Let's grab bullet speed. The only one that I think is gonna be useful here. Oh, I got a heart. One of my ruins is every 5 levels I'll get a heart. That way I at least have a constant heart stream. Not necessarily frequent, but I always know it's gonna be there. I honestly think Tome of Power is where it's going to be. I did get a max HP +1, so removing that is not the biggest deal. I think the bullet damage, bullet size, the only cost is fire rate. But I did get another upgrade for fire rate before anyways, so we're pretty much just back to how fast the original weapon fired with no fire rate upgrades, which is fine to me. Okay, I'm going to grab this one. It's buffs for not getting hit, for bullet damage and move speed. For this weapon, I think bullet damage is definitely the way to go. And once I can get a little lucky and get some frost upgrades, we'll definitely go for them as well. But I don't think I've seen very many frost upgrades here. Oh my goodness, that one was close. I really need that Holy Shield back, especially now that I only have 3 hearts again. There's my little butterfly. Okay. Penetration or light bullets. Bullet speed plus piercing. Fire rate, max ammo, bullet speed. I'm gonna have to go with light bullets here. I think that fire rate is definitely gonna be necessary with this build. I have the power down so far, but we haven't even passed 10 minutes yet. There's my Holy Shield again. I have little shadows coming behind me from how fast I'm moving. Another upgrade. Oh, death rounds. Your bullets deal an additional 10 damage, but we lose 1 max HP. Honestly, I'm not willing to risk that right now. So I'm going to go when shooting your last bullet, we shoot 10 additional bullets for 15% damage. I'm not worried about the 15% damage right now because the damage will increase anyways. But the good thing about that ability, especially for this weapon, is when they return. They're all going to return back to me, and it just kind of makes a death circle around me, and I'm sure it will get me out of some situations already, especially when we're getting near the end of the first 10 minutes here, when I'm going to start getting swarmed. Siege, you have to stand still for that one. Lightning Strike, maybe, in the future. But I think right now, I'm going to just continue going for stuff with my bullets, because I am kind of protected just naturally by the butterfly. But I will definitely be doing a frost build that will enhance the butterfly on this character. Right now I'm just using the new weapon to use both of the new things in the game, but I definitely think the SMG will enhance this build pretty well, because the butterfly shoots with how many bullets you have and how fast you're shooting them. So if I'm shooting 6 bullets all of the time, then the butterfly will go out all of the time, which is ideal. So I'll definitely be doing a build of that in the future. So I don't know if I'm gonna run Fusillade or Frost Mage. This will make it so I have more frost to inflict, but not necessarily my butterfly. It will just affect my bullets. This one I'll get more bullets, less bullet damage. That's something I'm willing to take right now. Less bullet damage, especially with this time ending. The enemies are going to get a lot stronger. So I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with this anyways. Just get that bullet damage. Yeah, that bullet damage did not make much of an effect. Anyways, seemingly. I'm still shredding through these guys, but... we'll see what happens when the new enemies come along. Holy Shield now regenerates in 1 minute. Frost Mage and Quick Hands. All abilities I want. Quick Hands I think is the most useful. The more shots I can fire, the better my butterfly will do. And the more power I can output, just because I'm shooting more often. But I do have a lot of ideas for builds in this game in the future, so definitely expect those. My thoughts on the new character are most definitely that it is extremely useful if you pair it with the right weapon. I don't think that this is the right weapon to pair this ability with, but I do think that it's a fantastic ability no matter what gun you're running with. The gun I think is pretty good, especially once it takes time. Once you take your time to build up to it, the full power will definitely come out. The more bullets, you kind of just make a kill circle all around you if you get certain upgrades, and especially because they go through enemies and then come back. It's essentially like you're dealing double damage to crowds just from how frequently it's happening. But I definitely do think that the weapon could be paired with another ability a bit better. I'm not exactly sure who, but I think both of these are good on their own, but I think they could be paired better with other things, and I will definitely be pairing them better with other things in the future so I can unlock their full potential. Reload rate +5, increase bullet damage by 50 for 1 second after reloading. That is ideal. +5% in reload rate. That is perfect. My fire rate, I'm very happy with where it's at right now. My power, I'm happy with it where it's at right now. But I am a little bit worried for these next 10 seconds. I'm going to go with Frost now. I think I'm definitely going to be needing this with the new wave of enemies that's going to be coming in 5 seconds here. I'm worried about my power output. I'm shredding these guys in 1 hit, which is a good sign. But these guys are nothing compared to what's coming right now. They should be... there they are. Okay. We actually do quite a bit of damage to them. It seems like we hit them in 2 shots. The only downside about hitting them in 2 shots is we only have 5 bullets. So we can't exactly kill them all that effectively. But what we can do is increase our max ammo and our reload rate. That's perfect. The faster we reload, the faster we can get off some of these abilities. The more projectiles we can get out, the more damage we'll do. That's perfect. I can definitely see the Frost coming into play. Not necessarily just my butterfly, but my actual bullets. Got a little bit of a Frost synergy going on with the upgrades and the character's ability. But I could definitely see this weapon being good in another situation. I'm thinking of a specific character where you right-click and she shoots her bullets in random directions. I think that would be pretty good, especially with how the bullets shoot and then come back. But also, given that this gun has very little ammo, I could also see that being detrimental to the build. But there's tons of things that you could do with these new guns and this new character. I am very excited to synergize this with the new character in a Frost build. I think having a weapon that fires fast, that has a lot of bullets, will just be able to spam the butterflies, and I'm excited to do that. I'll probably do that in the next 2 videos of 20 minutes till dawn. Like I said earlier, I'm very excited to do a Pyromaniac. That's what I'm calling it. Just to kind of spread chaos with the fire builds that I've got the idea for. The shield's still up. I'm doing a good job at avoiding all of these eyeballs. These eyeballs are definitely going to be more and more annoying as more and more come. Ice shards or frostbite or kill clip. That's also something. Increase reload rate by 5% for every enemy killed. We are killing a good amount of enemies, but realistically, I'm thinking maybe 50% if we kill 10 enemies each clip with our 7 bullets. or frostbite. With an enemy, when an enemy is inflicted with freeze, they lose 15% of their max HP, or ice shard. I think I'm actually gonna go with frostbite. It synergizes well, rather than creating a new form of ice. We are enhancing our already established forms of ice, which are our bullets and butterfly. So that's going to be pretty good. These eyeballs. This game would be significantly easier if we did not have to worry about these stupid little eyeballs going around. We did lose our holy shield there to one of those little spider dudes, but we got him. Let's see what it is. Send out an additional frost butterfly. That's awesome. That's actually very helpful. Double the freeze, and every time they are frozen, they lose max HP. That is perfect. I actually forgot if I have the ability where my shield will regenerate in 1 minute. Forgot if I picked that up or not. I actually think I did earlier in this run, so that's good. Hopefully it'll regenerate by the 6.5 minute mark. Definitely before the 5 minute mark where the boss comes in. That's by far the boss that I struggle with the most. It has tons of damage, and it is just a tank. So, shatter. Fantastic. That's what I was looking for. Every time that an enemy is killed, when they have freeze, they'll explode. That's perfect. And we're just going to see the effects come to fruition right here. Look at that. That's awesome. That's crazy. Every time we can kind of just shoot into a crowd, inflict frost on one of them, and the whole crowd just dies. It's perfect with our additional butterfly as well. You can definitely see how crazy that having like 10 butterflies on screen at once with a gun that reloads fast and shoots fast. This could definitely get out of hand fairly quickly. Reload rate, I'm not willing to take this. This is actually not helpful because my butterfly shoots every 6 shots. So if we shoot once and then reload, then shoot once, then reload, we'll essentially get butterflies out extremely slowly. This one will deal more damage at the cost of HP. I don't know if I'm willing to take that either. That's a risk. That's a big risk, especially since we only have 3. We'll essentially only be able to take 3 hits because of our shield, and then only 2. And with this boss coming up, I don't think I'm going to take that. So call down lightning to strike random nearby enemies when the holy shield's active. It's not going to be helpful right now, but once we get this holy shield active, hopefully within the minute, within this 6 minutes in this next 10 seconds here, then that will definitely be helpful. Our crowd control just became extremely effective from these frost upgrades, and perfect, right on time, right on 6 minutes. So now we have 3 butterflies. Why is it sending out? Oh, because that's how fast I'm shooting. I forgot about that. For some reason, I've been talking about spamming the butterflies, and then I somewhat do that. Reload rate. The faster I can get out these shots, the better I can inflict frost with my butterflies. As we can see, multiple butterflies are coming out. Since 2 are coming each time, we are easily going to be able to spam these butterflies once our fire rate and reload rate gets a little quicker. That's fantastic. Tons of butterflies shooting everywhere. That's perfect. Our level's going up pretty slowly now, but how many enemies we're killing, it is still going up at a decent rate. So this is what I'm worried about here. Eyeballs are going to start spawning. This dude's going to start shooting little lasers that will one-shot my shield. So if it even touches me, I am pretty much at a loss of 1 health. We especially don't want to lose my shield right now because we are shooting lightning with it, and I think that is not playing a huge role, but it's playing a decent role in my survival right now. It's just allowing me to put a little bit more damage out there when I'm not shooting and reloading. We're doing it pretty good right now. We're managing these eyeballs and these little explosive dudes, as well as managing not to get hit by the lasers. But, oh no, there goes our shield. There goes our shield. I just had to say it. It's okay. All we lost there was our lightning. There we go. We took him out before he could even do another damage to us. Power. But if we are truly going for this kind of amplifying the frost abilities of the weapon as well, we can truly see what this weapon and frost ability can kind of do. So we can see that we're not doing nearly as much damage. But the frost being affected. Everyone around my screen is frozen right now, and it's freaking crazy. I'm going to get move speed 10%, and it'll burn enemies that I'm near. Mostly, I'm just doing that for the move speed. Oh, this was definitely the right call. The more people frozen, if I just kill one, all of the crowds die, especially with my huge max ammo and gun mastery. Bullet damage, fire rate, reload rate, max ammo, and piercing. That is perfect. Our butterflies are truly getting spammed. You can't help but wonder what this would look like on something like the SMG that starts off with a pretty big clip, if I remember correctly. That's definitely amplified, especially with the SMG, if we'll be able to, like, get the fire rate quickly. If we get the fire rate to go up quick and the reload rate and stuff, that'll definitely be crazy, especially because it's this crazy with the weapon that just starts out with 4 bullets. It started off by taking 2 clips to get 1 butterfly to having 16 ammo, firing extremely quickly. So I'd pretty much say that we have this one in the bag. Double how often frost butterflies freezes or damages nearby enemies. Okay. That's even better. Amplifies our already powerful butterflies. Be able to freeze even more. I am glad that I did not doubt the power of frost. This is what frost can do for you. Even with not the perfect weapon for a frost build. And there's my holy shield back. That means some lightning's back. This is insane. They're not even getting close. I'm gonna go ahead and grab... Let me actually grab energized. When lightning strikes, it can refuel some of my ammo. Our lightning is striking pretty frequently just because of the holy shield every second. So, that could be somewhat helpful. But I'm pretty sure we got this in the bag. Pretty much enemies are just going to be swarming us now. And if we've managed to get this far, this easily with this build so far, I would say that we have it in the bag. Right now I'm going to go for a little electro build at the end, just to get some ammo back into our clip. The less we have to reload. If you look at the top left there, sometimes you'll see the bullets just kind of stay static for a bit. They go to 8 and 9 and then go back to 7 and 8. So we're essentially just shooting for a very long time, which is better. The more butterflies we get out, the better. Here the stronger enemies come, but they still cannot do anything about the frost. The frost just takes off some of their max HP, freezes them still, even with the without having many knockback, or without having much knockback. It's still just as crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and get pickup range, refill my bullets even more. Then this weapon does pretty much double damage because it shoots out, then it comes back. That's the main thing of this gun. But right now, we're not even really taking full use of that ability here in full until that happens. Then it just absolutely makes a kill circle everywhere. We thought we had a kill circle at the beginning. Now we have this. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this damage now, this extra 10 damage, just at the end of the game, just to ensure. I'm not too worried about getting hit. We just really need to focus on this damage right now. But we're just constantly staying firing, and then once we fire all of our bullets and finally need to reload, all of our bullets just come rushing back in a big circle, and it even makes my game lag a little bit. This character, definitely perfect for a frost build. I don't think the character's too OP, because you do have to synergize it with the right weapon, and it does take some time to set up. You want a weapon for this character, ideally, that has the most ammo, that fires fast and reloads fast. But if you pick a weapon like that, it's probably not going to do too much damage. But we'll have to figure that out with the SMG. And there we go. We do it. We survived all these upgrades with Yuki and the magic bow. 15,000 ruins. Let's quit to the main menu. But that was the Yuki build and the magic bow. I didn't really go for a specific build. I kind of went for frost synergy there, just to try to amplify Yuki's abilities as well as the magic bow. But mostly that was for Yuki's ability. The magic bow's main ability is just that it goes out and then it comes back in after you're ready to reload. But at the end it was kind of pointless because we were just constantly firing. But My opinion on the new character and the magic bow is that they are a perfect addition to the game and definitely will be well balanced. And definitely are well balanced and will bring some very cool synergies in the future for me. So definitely Yuki is going to be used for a frost build in the future, probably in the next couple videos or so. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like, make sure you comment down below, subscribe, leave any ideas, any feedback, any new games, any series ideas, and I will be sure to take them into account. I love having series ideas kind of lined up just to have ideas of what to do in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.